Hi guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking you through a what I eat in a day. I basically eat the same thing every single day, give or take like snack differences, and I actually don't track. So I am in a cut and I'm not tracking. So you may be wondering how. One, I basically eat the same every day, so I have a really good estimate at about where my calories and macros are. Two, I have been reverse dieting, and then I reverse dieted and then sat at maintenance. So because of those two factors, my hunger cues are very, very strong. So I know, and I can tell by different biofeedback markers, like how tired I am, how my digestion's been. Different things tell me like if I need to eat more or not, so that's how I know. And then the third thing is that I am basically eating the same following my hunger cues, but I'm in a deficit because I added in 10K steps. So I do 10K steps about 5 days a week, and then I do try to do cardio at the gym like 2 days a week, but does it really happen all the time? Not really. And it's kind of just because I really do like where I'm at with my body, because I have taken how I feel about myself internally and it has shown externally. So I think me a year ago looking at my body, I may have not liked it, but me looking at my body now, I love it and I love everything it does for me, and I'm just very grateful to be in this body. I also want to keep in mind eating the things that I'm eating in a day. If I don't eat certain things, it's not because I think certain things are bad. If I'm eating certain things, it's not because I think these are the best things to eat. I'm just eating intuitively. I'm eating mostly whole foods. That's what I really try to do. I try to keep my food as least processed as possible. And the reason for this is because I struggle with acne, and what I eat directly affects my skin. So one of the things you'll see is that I don't really eat gluten. That's just because of acne. And you know, today you'll actually see my mom did make something and it had gluten in it, and I did eat it because I wanted to try her like dish that she made. But on a typical day-to-day basis, I really am a very gluten-free type of gal, and I really have been incorporating lots of fruits and vegetables for micronutrient purposes in hopes to really just clear my skin. So I think that's everything that I have to say. And if I didn't already say this, eating like me is not going to make you look like me or make you lose weight or magically change anything. Well, I guess maybe you'll feel good having whole foods and stuff, but take this for inspiration. Not going to be saying the macros that I would be tracking to. I'm not going to be saying the calorie content of any of my meals. That's something that you can track it out on your own if you would like. I do eat over 2,000 calories a day. I will say that because I think it's important to mention that like you can eat 2,000 calories a day and be in a deficit and still see results, because most people, their total daily energy expenditure is over 2,000. So if you have been chronically dieting and you're eating, you know, 12 to 1,500 calories and not seeing results and you've plateaued, it's not because you're broken or you have to lower your food more. You actually have to reverse yourself up to your maintenance and rebuild that foundation internally, and then you'll be able to do a successful cutting phase in like 3 to 6 months. So yeah, so for breakfast, I eat the same thing every single day. This is one meal for me that does not change. And there are like little tweaks that will change, so I will talk about that. But for the most part, the meal itself, the components of it are the same. So I eat 2 eggs with 70 grams of egg whites. Sometimes it's 100 grams, but I typically do like 70 because I notice if I put any more egg whites, it's just too many eggs and then I get the egg ick and I don't like it. And then I do 2 gluten-free waffles. I do the Vans ones. I switch between the original flavor and the blueberry. The blueberry is goated for sure though. So if you had to pick one, get the blueberry. But they're both good. I'm also weird. I don't like anything on my waffles and pancakes. I have been like this my entire life. Like my dad would make pancakes and I would just eat them plain. I don't know, I think for me, I have a lot of like PTSD from school of like eating French toast sticks with syrup and syrup just getting on me, and I just got so grossed out by syrup. I don't like it. But sometimes when I have like syrup or something, I'll do like pure Vermont maple syrup, but I usually just don't with my breakfast because I like it. I'm like such a bread person, so it gives me like the bread vibes. And then I have chicken sausage or turkey sausage. So I'll do Applegate always. I switch between the patties and the sausage links, whichever one. All their ones are good. My favorite is the maple chicken ones. Those are the best if you had to choose, but the turkey sausage patties have higher protein and less fat. So if you're tracking macros, just something to keep in mind. I do like both though. So I'll switch every other day between the chicken and maple, and the savory turkey. I switch. And then I also switch every other day with my Vans waffles. So one day it'll be the blueberry and then the other day it'll be the original. I don't know why I do this, but I do it. You know, gotta like give it a little bit of variety. And then I always have 100 grams of a fruit. This is either a berry or pineapple. So I've been either having blueberries, strawberries, or pineapple. It's currently been pineapple. We've just been having a lot of them in the house, and so I've been having it with my breakfast, and it's just so good. And then for my coffee, I just have pre-made black coffee. I buy it at the store. This helps me save so much money. I do want to mention, like, I really try to shop efficiently to save money, and buying pre-made black coffee has, as I said, saved me a lot, because it's $5 for this whole thing of coffee that lasts me the entire week. It lasts me, I would say, 6 days, and I usually get coffee out once a week. And then the creamer I only buy like once every month. So the creamer that I use is the Chobani vanilla creamer. It is my absolute favorite creamer, and I usually use about like 2 servings of it with 8 to 10 ounces of coffee. I do weigh out my coffee, and this is just to make sure that I have the ratio right. Like literally it's the ratio for me. Like I can't have it be too sweet, I can't have it be too dark. I need like that perfect in between. I remember I used to literally be scared of coffee creamer, that I tried to convince myself I liked black coffee, but I don't like black coffee at all. So for me, I just like to have that ratio on par. I add a lot of ice to it. It is so bomb. And I do that pretty much every day. I haven't been taking pre-workout, if I'm being honest. I really have just been on like having coffee as my caffeine for the day. I haven't really been having supplements. Like I stopped creatine, I stopped taking pump powder. I still recommend those things to people if they're looking for them, but for me in my life, I just have been at such a point where I'm really focused on what I'm eating and like what it does to me and how it makes me feel, because like I'm trying to figure out food sensitivities and stuff. So from a holistic standpoint, I know that like if a food makes me really tired, like gluten makes me so tired, it's a big sign of like a food sensitivity. So it also makes my stomach really hard, like as a rock. So I also think I am a little bit gluten intolerant because I don't eat it anymore. So when I do, I really feel it. But anyways, moving on, I went for a walk. I go for walks when it's like the nicer weather, basically daily, to get in my 10K steps. That is one of the goals I have during like my cutting, is to get in 10K steps. Okay, so after my walk, while I was cooking, I drank kefir. So it's I think it's Lifeway is the brand. It's pomegranate. I have a serving of that. It has a lot of probiotics. It's really good for the gut. Dairy is something that actually does not affect my skin if it's good quality dairy. So I don't have a problem with it, and I really like the taste of it. So I do have kefir. It's not something that I have every week, but this week I did buy it at the store, and I have been enjoying it, and it might become one of like the staples because it has 20 grams of carbs and like 11 grams of protein, if I remember correctly, which is really good, like a little post-workout carb and protein action, even though a walk isn't really a workout, but you know what I mean. And then I had rice, chicken sausage, kale, and a raw carrot salad. So raw carrot salads are something that I don't think a lot of people know about, but having 1 to 2 raw carrots a day can actually help get rid of excess estrogen in our bodies, which helps with things like acne and just different hormonal issues. So I do make a raw carrot salad. Just shred up carrots. You have that with distilled white vinegar, sea salt, or like Celtic salt, I think that's how you call it, and coconut oil. So I made that. I've been having that as like a side for my meals, but I basically always cook down my vegetables. So if I'm eating like kale or spinach, I always try to make it cooked, because vegetables do have oxalates, which are like defense chemicals, and basically those disrupt your gut. So a big thing with acne is like making sure your gut is good to go. So I do always cook my vegetables when I have them. Like I make sure to really not have a ton of raw vegetables except for like carrots, and that's about it. So I cooked down my kale, I cooked my chicken sausage. This is my favorite brand of chicken sausages. I'm very picky. I really like this one that I have. And then I use just the rest of my packet of my Ben's 90-second rice. I don't always have that like every day. I'll try to just do potatoes, but I did run out of roasted potatoes the day before, so I was just eating my Ben's rice. And then I did make potatoes for dinner, which we will get into. So that was my lunch. And then I was hungry for a snack, and this is like 3 p.m. I typically eat like 9, 12, 3, 6, and then like a snack at night because I do get hungry. So the snack that I had was the Faye 5% Greek yogurt with strawberries. I typically do like 100 grams of strawberries, but I did run out. So I think it was only like 77, I remember it being. I was just curious, so I did weigh it out. So basically I do a 5% Faye Greek yogurt rather than a 0%. And that's just because if you're someone who struggles with acne, having a healthy fat with your dairy, like having full fat dairy or just having balanced meals of fat, fiber, and protein really help with balancing insulin and your blood sugar, which helps with acne. So there are just a lot of things I pay attention to in my daily life to make sure that I am balancing out my insulin. So that's why I don't I don't eat non-fat Greek yogurt anymore. I do honestly love the Chobani zero sugar yogurts, and those are non-fat, so that is like the one guilty pleasure I do be having. But I do just use the 5% Faye Greek yogurt when I have like the big containers. And I also really like it because it tastes so good to me. I don't even sweeten it with honey. Like if I didn't like the taste, I would sweeten it with honey, but it's so thick and like looks like Cool Whip. I'm not even kidding. It's so good. It's my favorite. So that with strawberries is just such a good snack. And then for dinner, I had some chicken that I had meal prepped. I always use the chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's. I always get cube chicken. It's just a lot easier for me to cook and to also like portion out. Then I also roasted some asparagus and potatoes in the oven. I seasoned my potatoes with just sea salt and pepper. That's it. I would do like garlic and onion powder, but I don't want to have bad breath, so that's why I don't do it. And then for my asparagus, I do sea salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese, like the really like finely grated one, not like shredded. And that is how I make that. And then I just dip it in some organic ketchup that I got from Trader Joe's. I was like, perfect, like organic ketchup, but like there's sugar in it. And I really wanted a ketchup that was sugar-free, just because why do you need to put sugar in ketchup? You know what I'm saying? It's just like these little swaps I'm trying to make to feel my best. And yeah, so that's the ketchup I use though, if you're wondering. I really like the Simply Heinz. I think that's the one that doesn't have sugar in it. I could be wrong though. I don't know. There's just sugar in everything. And then as a snack, my mom made this Italian pie. It's called like Pizza Rustica. I don't know if you guys are Italian. I'm Italian, so we eat a lot of Italian food in this house. Usually every Sunday I'm like, you know, in a food coma after eating pasta of some sort. Like it just always is happening. So I don't know, but that's on balance, baby, because my mom makes good food. This is my puppies, right? Look at you, you're my puppies. So I did eat some of that. And then the last snack that I had was just Cool Whip with pineapple because I was hungry and I lacked the snack food. So if you guys have any snacks that you like to eat, let me know, because nothing like hits the spot at night for me anymore. I'm not really into ice cream or like sweet stuff, but I had nothing else to eat. So if you have any like savory snacks that you like, let me know. But I tried Cool Whip with pineapples. It honestly wasn't that good. I was like, okay, well, I tried something new and I didn't really like it. So if you have any snack ideas, let me know. But that is everything I eat in a day. Again, don't just copy what I eat. That's not gonna do anything. You know, of course, if you want to try the recipes, try them, but that's not on that. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and comment video requests that you have down below, and we will talk soon. Bye.